Crock Talk TV podcast. Peace. Welcome to another episode of Crock Talk TV. I'm your host, former NFL and AFL defensive back, Eric Crocker. And on today's episode, man, I just wanted to come on here and chop it up a little bit with y'all and talk about kind of the process, the grind, and why there are some people that end up being successful with things that they do in life, and there are some people that aren't successful, and really about how they kind of get in their own way. And how, I'll talk a little bit about my path and how there were plenty of times when I got in my own way and how I've tried to have to figure out how to get them out of my own way. All right. So I got about 30 minutes here because at 7 my time, right? Yeah, 7 my time, I'm going live with my guy, Jason Aponte. We'll be talking fantasy football. But before we do that, I just want to come on here and, I showed a video today talking about, it's coming or something along those lines. I was talking about my sports performance athletic training facility, and how that's getting built. And it's going to be a 12,000 square foot training facility right here and where I live now, Monticello, Arkansas, southeast part of Arkansas, next to Louisiana, next to Mississippi. And I saw a lot of people with comments about how, like, Croc, you work for this, or, you grinded for this, or, you deserve this and things like that. And my thoughts on seeing that was, you're right. You're right. I do deserve this. I do, and I don't deserve it because I deserve it more than anyone else that might be trying to achieve something or accomplish different things. But I deserve this because I work hard for it. So, I mean, aside from obviously like the streaming and stuff and everything that I have kind of going there, and I'll get into some stuff a little bit today. All right, I'm gonna talk about some things a little bit, but just like in life, and I've gone through in life, I've gone through everything that you can think about, like for the most part. All right, so I'm gonna talk about my life a little bit. So put some things into perspective about who I am and things I'm doing now and my thought process on a lot of things. All right. So for those of y'all, and I'll get to some of these comments, man. What's up with y'all? What's up, Corey? Mariah, I appreciate you always in here, Mariah. Right here. Hold on. Boom, right there. What's happening? Okay. All right. Roberto, what's up, homie? Loving this show, dog. I appreciate it. Again, this is just something I just did off the cuff. So I was looking at some of the comments about me posting that video I posted, and I'm gonna get into it. And but yeah, I just wanted to come in here and like just talk about like the process, and maybe something I say today might motivate you. All right, but I'm only gonna be on about 15 minutes or so, and we'll try to get it through everything. Brandon, what up, baby? He's always live in here. I appreciate everybody, all the love and support. All right, so let's talk about who Eric Crocker is. All right, grew up in Stockton, California, North Side. All right, and I grew up right across the street from Valverde Park. And Valverde Park, it can be a little tough. I grew up seeing like everything. Like I've seen literally anything like that you think of when you think of like growing up, kind of, I'm saying, the hood a little bit, or a park across the street, everything that you can think about, like seeing what you would think like, oh, did you see this? Did you see? Yes, I saw it. Whether it was people getting stabbed, shot. I just want to hoop at the park. I just want to play basketball and hoop. But being at that park taught me a whole lot about like not just life, but just how this stuff works, man. And I remember being smaller, right? Like I was never that person that was the all-star in Pop Warner or anything like that. But growing up, I had a big brother. He was 4 years older than me, and I was smaller. So if I wanted to play with the big dogs on the basketball court, I had to be good. I had to be able to play with them. So it challenged me to raise my game, right? Like, all right, E, you want to play with these dudes? You're going to have to raise your game up to the level to be able to play with them. So I had to figure it out. I was small. I was a late bloomer. I was 5'3" in the 8th grade. So I had to learn how to do floaters, learn how to have a mean crossover, dribble, penetrate, kick it out, like do those type of things to help elevate my game, all right? And having to figure that out just taught me a lot of life skills about like that's what it is, right? Like that's what life is about. And I'm pretty sure everybody in here can attest to that. Like, you're going to have to figure it out. And if you grow up how I grew up, which I didn't have much guidance, a lot of figuring it out was on me. And along the way, there were a lot of mistakes. All right. So twice in high school, ineligible. All right. Well, let's take it even further back a little bit. 9 years old. When I was 9 years old, I found out that I had a different father than my brother and sister. I didn't find that out until I was 9. You know what I'm saying? So my biological father, his name is actually Michael Johnson, not Michael Johnson, the track star, but Michael Johnson. He did play basketball, played some basketball, played he was like all state, everything. Like he was in the spring league with the Chicago Bulls for a little while, but went to high school in Southern California where I'm from. So he was a hooper. I got hooper in my bloodlines, all right? I'm a football player. But you know what I'm saying? Like at 9 years old, you know, I remember the first question I asked my mom and dad, or asked my mom was, does that mean BJ and Jade aren't my sister and brother? You know what I'm saying? And my mom was like, no, they're still your sister and brother. And I'm like, all right, whatever. So from that, like that age, 9 years old, I had to figure out the hard way that shit just happens. And what can I do about it? But pivot. So that's when I first figured it out. 9 years old. All right, I'm gonna come back to pivoting. All right. So I get to high school. Again, not much guidance. Nobody, which sounds crazy now because of all these different outlets for kids and platforms and things like that. Like all these kids, man, they grow up with people telling them how good they are, right? Like they grow up with people telling them, oh, you can do this, you can do that, go to the NFL. Like I never had that. So nobody ever told me, hey, Croc, you know, you're pretty good in football, or you're talented, you know, you can go to college. Nobody told me that. And it sounds crazy, right? So again, I had to try to figure it out, just like I had to figure out in what elementary school or whatever, or you know, about my dad's situation, finding out who my real dad was, and then had to figure out how do I play with the big kids, right? I had to figure it out. And that was my life. Everything, figuring it out. And I didn't have guidance. So I had to figure it out for myself, right? So fast forward, junior year in high school, bad grades, ineligible, boom, can't play the last 5 games of the season. Going into my senior year, messed up, and I was doing my thing, man. I mean, we went to a SoCal championship passing tournament. I got MVP of the whole thing, balling. We won the whole thing, went to SoCal, shut it down. I remember seeing Mark Sanchez and all these other dudes, Deshaun Jackson, all these other dudes. I got MVP of it, like, so I could ball. But, oh, nah, your grades are messed up. Boom, pulled me off field. I missed the first 5 games of my senior year. So I had to go to junior college route. All right, went to junior college, Delta College in Southern California. Still, it doesn't really resonate with me because I don't have anybody really telling me like, hey, you know, you need to focus up or you need to do this. I'm just trying to figure it out on my own. I know I want to play football. All right, I'll go to junior college, play football. Well, I ended up flunking out. I had a son at a very young age, my little man Juice, and flunked out of junior college. So now for 3 years, I'm just doing whatever. And when I say whatever, I mean whatever. Robbing stores, working random jobs, all type of crazy stuff for 3 years until my best friend, who, if you hashtag Angry Donald Cam, you'll see him on Twitter. Until my best friend got out of jail, that was when they finally was like, hey, man, we need to play football. We need to be doing this. I'm 21 years old, 21, going back to junior college. Like, what am I doing? But my son was my motivation. And I looked at him and said, you know, I want to tell my son to, you know, get good grades, go to school. So I'm going to try. This was the first time that I think I really kind of like challenged myself from that standpoint. So went to junior college at the age of 21, Modesto Junior College. They took me in. Still got my, can you see my chair right there? Got my Modesto Junior College Pirates chair right there. And I went to MJC at the age of 21 to go play junior college football. And I remember a coach told me, he said, Croc, don't you think it's a little too late? Right? A coach from this other school. And I was just like, I don't know. I'll find out. But next thing you know, I ball out. I get good grades. And I go off and I get a Division II scholarship to I got a bunch of offers. Some D1s came. They couldn't touch me. Grades was messed up. Time clock messed up. All right. But I ended up going to Arkansas, Monticello. I chose Arkansas over about 8, 9 other Division II schools. And I wasn't sure what to expect. I had never been out of the state of California, but it was like, man, I'm going to get my education. I'm going to, do whatever. So I ended up having a rough year, my junior year, just, homesick, trying to balance things, being in a totally different place and whatnot. all these different challenges that come with just moving. I mean, I'm from a city in California, and you know, stuck in California, over 300, 400,000 people or whatever. And then I moved to the South, and 10,000 people in the town. Then the weird thing was you were either white or you were black. I hadn't seen that. I'm from Stockton, California. It's the most diverse city in America, literally the most diverse city in America. Then I moved to a place where you're either white or you're black. So that was weird to me, dealing with that. And I had like just a lot of different like culture shock moments. And I struggled a little bit my junior year. Senior year, things start to kind of, you know, got new coaching staff, started to turn up a little bit, do my thing, team captain. I ball, make all conference, dealt with some adversity early in the year, but made all conference, ball, all that good stuff. I get a phone call from my cousin. He's like, hey, somehow he was director of player personnel for an arena league team. All right. So I'm like, man, I don't know what you're doing with this job, but all right. He was like, hey, I can't guarantee you a spot on this team, but I can give you an opportunity. So he gave me an opportunity, and my grind, my mindset was on 1,000. And I'm gonna tie all this into like what I'm doing now, and with that video I posted of the dirt work and that field out there, and I'm gonna tell you about that. All right, but I had an opportunity to play in the arena league. Nothing was guaranteed, and that's one thing I've learned in life. Nothing is guaranteed, you know. Like, so I just had to take a chance, a leap of faith, and I've learned from that standpoint because my rookie year, I started every single game as a rookie in the arena league. And I know people look at, oh, arena league, step down from NFL, CFL, all that type of stuff. But everybody on my team was like former NFL players and CFL players. And it was just me, like little, you know, Eric Crocker coming from a Division II school. But I busted my ass there to play. And I was the only rookie that started on that team. And we were really good too. After that, I got opportunities in the NFL. So if you would have told me that in 2000, before I went off to junior college. So, right, remember, I went back to junior college at the age of 21. But when I was doing all that crazy stuff from 18 to 21, like I told you, some robbing stores, like all kind of crazy stuff, right? Best friend went to jail. If you would have told me a few years later I'd have an opportunity to play professional football on TV, all right, Brad, no way. No way. And not only did I do that, like, and I had some adversity I went through there. I got pulled over, DUI in the middle of the season. And man, that was a whole different situation that almost messed up me being able to get an opportunity in the NFL. I got a DUI and I didn't take care of it. I'm like, man, whatever, you know. Next thing I know, I got a warrant out for my arrest. You know what I'm saying? So now it's real, right? It's real. And I had to take care of it in San Antonio. I'm working at Macy's in the back room, talking about $8 an hour at this time. This is 2012. Working at Macy's for $8 an hour. This is after my rookie year in the Arena Football League. I do all this community service, all these different things, take these little classes for a weekend, all type of stuff, right? I hire an agent, and within, I don't know, a few hours, I got 10 NFL teams calling for me. Like, I never thought that, I mean, never in a million years. I think, and I'm kind of speeding up through this because I only got, 15 more minutes before I hop out of here and get on the fantasy football show. But never in a million years I thought that would have happened. So next thing I know, I'm getting NFL trials. So when the 49ers were in the Super Bowl with against the Baltimore Ravens, when the 49ers were in the Super Bowl that week, I was in New Orleans while the 49ers were there at the facility. I was there working out for the Saints. Like, you know what I'm saying? Having a private workout. And they were going to bring me back and the Saints were going to sign me to the rookie mini camp. So they didn't give me a contract, but it was like, hey, we'll bring you rookie mini camp. You ball there, then we'll sign you. All right. And then my next workout, Philadelphia Eagles brought me in. Boom. All right. Then like, oh no, you too out of shape. Well, of course, I was kind of out of shape. I was working at Macy's for $8 an hour, working hell of hours trying to make ends meet. You know what I'm saying? And then eventually I had a few weeks to prepare for the New York Jets workout. I flew back to California, grinded. Wasn't even supposed to leave the state of Texas. Wasn't even supposed to leave the county of Bexar County. Left Bexar County and flew to Cali, worked out, boom. Flew to New York, and they signed me. So I had Tim McDonald. I'm pretty sure you 49er fans in here are familiar with Tim McDonald. So I had Tim McDonald work me out, Dennis Thurman, some other guys. Coach Smith, who actually played for the 49ers safety when the 49ers had like Lance Schulters and those guys. Smith was like a reserve safety on that squad. But they signed me. All right. And I'm going to kind of speed past all this real quick. All right. My time in the NFL, I'll get to that another day. But after that, I was end up being, when I got released from New York and I went to the Arena League, I was number one overall pick in the Arena draft. Boom, played great. Whatever, played some years in the Arena League, won a championship. You know what I'm saying? Won a championship with San Jose Sabercats. Got a little ice right there. All right. And eventually I was just like, man, like my son is getting older. I need to be there for my son. And I was having a daughter. So I've had to make a lot of decisions and a lot of different sacrifices and things like that a lot of sacrifices. And ultimately, it led me to moving back to Monticello to try to figure out some different things. And I never saw this coming, what I kind of posted today, but I put together a business plan. And this is when I talk about being 10 toes down and really like staying true to who you are. I've always believed in being a good person and treating others how you want to be treated. And I've met some amazing people in this area, but everything just started kind of falling into place. Everything. Whether it's me getting in this office, I have an office. There's like multiple rooms in here that I pay for every month. I got the gym up and going. I've been training at this facility. And then you see the video I posted today with the dirt work getting done. And I'm building a 12,000 square foot sports performance training facility. All right. And it's nothing more than me really believing in something, making a lot of sacrifices, grinding, and put my mind to something even when maybe other people might think it's crazy. But if you don't, and a lot of things that people say, it sounds cliche, but if you don't believe in yourself or something, then really nobody else will. But when people see that you believe in something and really believe in it, they'll be willing to go to bat for you. And that's what's been happening out here. Whatever and we got 13 people in here watching right now. If you don't go all in though, and I mean all in, and going all in, there's going to be some uncomfortable moments. All right, there's going to be some uncomfortable moments. But if you don't go all in, you're probably not going to get the results you're looking for with whatever it is that you want to do. I had to go all in. You know what I'm saying? And I went all in on everything. And there's two things that I'm really passionate about doing. One, talking about football. I've been like this since I was a kid. 4th grade, I used to record 49er games on my VHS and rewatch them through the week. I've been obsessed with football. It's not something new. When I was a kid, I watched Stuart Scott, and I wanted to be like Stuart Scott. Like I wanted to be on SportsCenter. And I'm not on SportsCenter, but I'm on Crock Talk TV. My mindset now is, all right, E, you got your little show. That's cool. And you doing these things. But how do you make it bigger? And my mind is always spinning on like the bigger picture. So I'm going to create my own network, right? And I'm going to get these sponsors. I'm going to bring these different sponsors in and these different things and partnerships and stuff like that. And I'm going to have different shows on my platform. And I'm going to get some money in there and they're going to push this and we all going to get paid. I got a bigger mind. I just think big. I don't know why or how. I watch different things and I need to start reading some books that's really going to help me structure these thoughts in my head. But I got the gym up and going, 12,000 square foot gym, sport performance. All the things that I'm putting into this gym are the things that I didn't have. All right. And what I mean by that is I didn't have guidance. I didn't have structure. I didn't have knowledge. And all those things that I didn't have, I try to put into the community and I try to put into these kids. And I learn about my history, learn about Black history, things like that they're taking out of schools. Like I'm going to put all that into that facility. Learning about credit, learning about, what the stock market, You know, all those things that I still don't even know, but I'm gonna bring people in there that know. And they're not only gonna teach me, they're gonna teach these kids too. You know what I'm saying? And I say all that to say, man, like we all have a purpose. And I really feel like, you know, there we go, branding, finance, all that. Like everything that we don't learn, like who teaches you these things? Especially like when you grow up like I did. Like who is supposed to teach me? Like, and if you don't, then you what? You just out of luck? You know what I'm saying? If you don't have that person that teach you, just out of luck. Or you got to find out the hard way, which I have found out the hard way a few different times, or people around me have. You know what I'm saying? So this facility that's being built, this 12,000 square foot facility, like it's not just a blessing for me, like it's a blessing that with everybody that's around me. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not just for me, like this for everything. Cause that's my what's the point of having something and it just benefits you? You know what I'm saying? Like what's the point of that? Like we all gotta eat. We all gotta eat. And that's been my mindset. And my mindset is always trying to figure out what's the best way to do it, how to go about it. I randomly talk to people. I got my dog JB in here. I've had conversations with him and B and Mitchie on trying to work together on things. Like it ain't never about me. I try to figure out how I can help, if I can help. And if I can't, I'm gonna try to find somebody who can. But we got to stay 10 toes down with everything that we do and be on that front line and willing to go to war for what we believe in. You know what I'm saying? Like, and if you don't believe strongly in it, then ain't nobody gonna back you or believe in you, and you're gonna be like the hamster in the wheel. You know what I'm saying? Just spinning, not going nowhere, or staying in a certain place in your life that is like miserable, that you don't want to be in. And what kind of life is that to live? You know what I'm saying? So I just wanted to come on here and talk about it, man. I got some good things going in my life right now. My streaming stuff, Locked On 49ers, all that stuff is doing great. You know what I'm saying? This is just the beginning of Crock Talk TV. It's not even about to be Crock Talk TV, but I'm about to change the name. I'm gonna make it a network. And I'm figure out how to bring my people on, and we're gonna have this whole booming. You know what I'm saying? Get the money coming in here flowing. Like that's how I'm thinking. That's just with this. Then got that. Then I got the gym going. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna figure it out. I'm gonna hustle. I'm gonna grind. And again, and along the lines of these things, there's gonna be uncomfortable moments, but you gotta push through it and you gotta grind. And you know, you don't believe in yourself, nobody will. I went all in. All right, so I'm gonna get off of here. You guys stay tuned. In about 10 minutes, starting the fantasy football show with my guy Jason Aponte. We're about to preview the NFC West. All right, so y'all stay tuned. I appreciate everybody coming here. I just want to come in here and talk a little bit. I appreciate all y'all. Love all y'all. If you don't believe in it, nobody would. And it sounds cliche. I swear to God, it sounds cliche. But people tell me things ain't gonna work, and it's just like you don't know shit. You don't know shit. Don't like. And I'm gonna go all in. All right, it's gonna work. It might take time. It might take 1, 2, 3 years, 4 years, whatever. But after that 4 years, you pushing, you're going to look back like, damn, I created my business plan for my gym 5 years ago. Or whatever, 2016, I think it was. Maybe 2017. It was some years ago, though. And I'm finally being able to put it to use. Come on, man. You got to stay down, though. All right. Treat people how you want to be treated. That's my biggest thing. And when you do that, you'll come across some great people, y'all. But I'm going to holler at y'all. About to go live. Me and my dog, Jason Aponte, previewing the NFC West for our fantasy show. I'm going to tap in with y'all. Peace.